What are you guys most scared for on this test? I'll tell you, if it's a story problem, it's the first derivative. Unless it says acceleration. Acceleration is second derivative. I don't think I've ever seen an acceleration question. But I don't know.
How many semesters have you TA'd this class?
I can't remember. A long time?
Are you an undergrad student?
No, I'm actually getting my master's in molecular biology.
Oh,
Isn't that fun?
cool.
Yeah, I think so. So, I do cancer research in my spare time. Except for this morning, it didn't work so great. But it's going to work tonight. Okay.
Kansas thing.
I don't. Okay, ready? We need to do an implicit differentiation problem. Oh, this is one of their favorites. Find the equation of the tangent line to x squared plus y squared equals 100 at, do you want x or y to be negative? X it is. They love these ones. They switch the point and they switch the signs, but you can figure it out. You guys are smart. Ready? How do we find the equation of a tangent line? The derivative is the slope, right? So we're going to take the derivative and plug in our numbers to get a number for our slope. You ready for this? Oh, you're ready. Okay. I forgot to do a preface to implicit differentiation. Implicit differentiation seems tricky, but it's just a new way of thinking. It's hard because you have to think y is a function of x. So if I think this, x squared plus f of x squared, let's take the derivative of this real fast, okay? What's the derivative of x squared? Okay, this is a function, so we have a chain rule. The 2 would come down, the f of x would be alone. Derivative of the power is, derivative of the inside is f prime of x, and derivative of 100 is 0. Now, is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Now we're just going to put it back in the symbols that they use. They say f of x is y, and then they say the f prime of x is dy dx. That's all that they do.
So wouldn't we say to just say, you just pretend y is like an x, and then whenever you see y, you just add dx?
No, that is definitely wrong, and I'll show you why you would get it wrong on your test. It's right for most of your homework, but then they're tricky and do harder ones on your test. Yes?
Can you just put y prime?
Yes, you can, but I will not. Yes, you may. I do on my homework, but if I do it here, I will spend half of my time explaining why it's the same thing. We need to go on. Ready? We're going to solve for dy dx. So I'm going to say, I'm going to solve by 2y divided by 2y. You guys paying attention or just goofing off?
A little bit of both.
Okay, as long as you're having a good time. This is going to cancel. Negative x over y. This is my slope. Now, we want it to be a number. So we're going to plug in for x and plug in for y. Is that okay?
Yes.
So, x is negative 6, y is 8. I have 6 over 8, which is 3 over 4. That's my m. Now what we do is we're going to use a slope form. Do you guys like the slope intercept or point slope form? Point slope it is. That's the one without the b, you know that, right? Okay. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. We have an x, we have a y, we have an m. Give me the look. What's wrong?
Is that a t? T6? Or is that just plus?
Plus.
Sorry. Great.
So nice. Okay, so then we have y minus 8 equals 3 everything to the same side except for the y and so on. 6 times 3, 18 over 4, which is the same thing as 9 halves. Is that okay with you guys? Add the 8 to both sides.
Five.
9 halves plus 16 halves, which is going to be 25 halves. Is that right? That's right. Yeah? Okay. What if it had been a positive 6, 8? Then that would change the slope, and it would change this point. Do you see how it would change it? Okay. Now, the reason we use implicit on this, instead of saying y equals the square root of x squared plus, 100 minus x squared, this is going to give you a plus or minus, right? So you wouldn't know which slope to pick. Does that make sense? Whereas this one does it for you. You don't have to figure out which one to pick. Yeah.
Can you explain the tricky stuff with like the?
Yeah, we'll do that in the next problem. Ready? Everyone okay on this problem?
No.
I just erased the equation you don't want to use.
Sorry, I thought you were gonna erase the.
The whole thing? It's okay. Okay, so now we're going to say find dy dx of, okay, it's kind of brutal. Okay, I am purposely doing it meaner than anything I've ever seen. I've never seen all of this combined, but I have seen this and this and this on the test, but usually the rest of it's nice and easy. The reason I'm being a jerk is so that when you take your test, you'll be like, ha, I know how to do this problem, and never have to do it again. Yes? That's the goal. One time, nice and hard, just win. Okay, the derivative of e to the x, or e to anything, is itself times the derivative of the power, product rule. Tricky. So the derivative of the first plus the second, times the second, plus the first times the derivative of the second. Oh yeah, it's pretty, huh? I'm going to rewrite this just because we don't have a lot of time and I want to get to everything like that. So it's minus 3 times 1/2, leave the inside alone, subtract 1 from the power, multiply by the derivative of the inside, which is a product rule. The derivative of the first times the second plus the first times the derivative of the second. And then 7e, it's just a number. Yep.
So my question was, like, if you take the derivative of y, the answer is just dy dx.
Yes, that's correct. Yes. Okay, I can't hear you.
Oh.
The last derivative you did,
Yep.
were you using what's inside those brackets?
This one or this one?
That one.
1y plus x dy dx. Yep.
Actually,
Okay, you ready? I'm just going to rewrite stuff. So I want to get the dy dx all by itself, so I'm going to distribute this. And I'm going to rewrite this so it looks slightly less gross, but really it's not going to be any better. It's very encouraging, huh? Okay, I'm just going to read this to you guys, okay? 2xy, e to the x squared y, plus x squared e to the x squared y, dy dx, minus 3 times the quantity, which means everything on top is in parentheses, of y plus x dy dx over 2 square root xy. Oh yeah.